Hello?
Welcome back to Melanin Mysteries, the podcast where we serve up a heaping helping of true crime with a side of humor. I'm your host, Tiffany.
And I'm your host, Willie. I was waiting for you to say, what I'm saying, the distinguished gentleman right next to me. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Anywho, today we're dishing out a case that proves that sometimes the online dating can be murder. Literally. Picture this: you swipe right, and instead of finding Mr. Right, you end up with Miss Wrong, who makes Hannibal Lecter look like a dinner party guest. So grab your snacks, lock your doors, and let's dive into the twisted tale of Shakira Graham, the woman who turned a dating app into a crime scene. Spoiler alert, this episode is not for the faint of heart or the hopelessly romantic. And FYI, this particular case is our hometown case. It's in Cleveland, Ohio, and specifically in my neighborhood. Wow.
Uh-oh. I told you need to move, nigga.
I'm trying. I'm getting there. I'm getting there slowly but surely. But we're going to talk about this case today. We're going to stay on track. So, on the afternoon of December 17th of 2018, Jacqueline Harrigan had been picked up by her nephew from the airport from a trip. She had just moved to Garfield Heights, Ohio, the month prior. So when she arrived home, she came through her side door, which opened up into the basement stairway, and she saw her son, Meshach Cornwall, at the bottom of the stairs. So she thought her son had fallen down the stairs. So of course, she runs down the stairs to help him, and she noticed a pool of blood around him. So immediately she runs back upstairs and she's screaming he's dead, and she called 911.
So Meshach Omari Cornwall, I want to make sure I said the name right, was born 11/26, 1991 to his parents Jacqueline Harrigan in Melbourne, Cornwall, in Christiansted, St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands.
Sir, we done went on this 18 time. It is St. Croix.
Yeah, St. Croix. I know all I had to say was one time, so I'm good now. I ain't gonna never mention that name again. He was an only child and was very close to his mother. They moved to Ohio looking for better opportunities. He enjoyed online gambling and video games. He was quiet, introverted, and stayed to himself, but everyone said he was such a joy to be around. He actually worked at Avis Rental Car. That's fun. I used to work at Dollar Rental Car at the airport. And Avis was actually right next to Dollar. That's even more funnier. Police arrived on the scene almost immediately. It just so happens the police station is literally one street over.
Literally
Jackson,
one street
yeah,
over.
exactly. Yeah, I mean Garfield. For those who don't know, Garfield is pretty small. So Jacqueline explained to the police that she's been out of town for the weekend with her sister in New York. When she had left for the weekend, her son Meshach had company, a young lady by the name of Shakira Graham. They were in the basement where Meshach stayed. The last time she had spoken with her son was 12/16, which was 2018, of course, around 6 p.m. while he was at work.
So Shakira Graham, we know she was born January 28th of 1995. Her mother's name I could not find. But however, her father is Cornell Graham. He's a pastor, so she's a PK. So her dad has been in the ministry since 1979 and has been a pastor since 1987. She grew up in Youngstown, Ohio, and she is also a mother of two.
Man, why are pastor kids all? It seems like pastor kids be the worst. I ain't
Mm-hmm.
gonna lie. Yeah, it's like the pastor kid be, especially the girls, they be the freakiest ones. I don't know why, but pastor
She ain't had
girls are
no. Well,
freaky.
she had to be freaky because I ain't trying to be funny looking at her pictures. Child, I see why she was on the online dating site.
Yeah, exactly. She had to have an ass. I was trying to find some pictures because it couldn't be the face; it had to be the waist. So Meshach and Shakira met on the app Plenty of Fish late November 2018. Meshach was looking for a forever connection. He wanted a wifey. He was comfortable meeting and talking to people online. I'm not really feeling that online shit, but whatever. So we
But he
felt
was a
online.
gamer, and you heard he was an introvert. He was a gamer, so it's probably easier for him to connect with somebody
No,
online.
man, I'm just saying, man. It's like 7 women to one man, dude. It ain't just get your ass out there and talk, man. Don't stop being weird. So,
That's not good either. It ain't nothing out here but chicken wings and tragedy, and they're very heavy on that tragedy. It ain't nothing out there.
lemon pepper, lemon pepper. So he felt online dating would be good was a good idea. So Shakira messaged him, and he liked what he saw. She told him she
I
was
don't
looking
know
for
what he
someone
like.
stable. Exactly. That he was looking for someone stable and dependable, and she wanted that forever. They chatted online for a few weeks before they met in person and ended up spending the night together. And that was on December 15th, and that was in 2018. The next day, Meshach dropped Shakira back off at her house around 2 p.m.
So we're
Now,
gonna
I
switch
found
back
Mhm.
to switch back to the crime now.
Okay, yeah. So here we go. So a family friend gave the police information as to Shakira's Facebook page. She is immediately identified as a person of interest, which makes sense. Police immediately find out that Shakira still lives with her parents. So they go to the parents' home, which is located in Shaker Heights. You know, I'm from Shaker Heights.
You are
Shakira,
not from
she had to be
Shaker
on the Cleveland
Heights.
side. Well, I lived in Shaker Heights, so she
Okay, so
probably was
stop
on the
saying
Cleveland side. You
you from
right.
the west side.
Yeah, you're right. Right, West Side till I die. Shakira's mom, unfortunately, she's unnamed. But they asked her, like, hey, Shakira home? Mom said, no, she not home. She may be at her boyfriend's house. So she got a whole little boyfriend that's on online dating. That's and she ugly as hell too.
That's why she on online date. She was probably on Facebook dating too.
Man, what wait, hold on. These hoes ain't loyal. That what
Yep,
I'm telling you, that's what
reasons
I'm
for the
learning.
best.
Yes. Look, man, back in the day, it was an honor amongst ugly and fat women, right? Like they didn't cheat. But now it's like it's like they'll cheat on you quicker than anybody else. You would really be thinking that little mug be at the house chilling, and she got on plenty of fish fucking with Meshach. Anyway, mom says no, she was not there, and so police gave the name of Meshach Cornwall. Right? Mom like, no, I don't know no Meshach, but gives the name of another individual. Unfortunately, we don't have the name. She does confirm that Shakira came home around 2 p.m. on the 16th of December. So, from speaking with Shakira's mom and getting the name of the unnamed, again, unfortunately, they didn't provide us. This case was crazy. It frustrated my best friend to the point that she she cussed me out a couple times. I just want to let
It
y'all
ain't had
know.
nothing to do with this cat. Don't do
The
that. We're
case
not
has
doing that
something to do
today.
with it. All right, we'll talk about that later. So they find him, they bring him in for an interview. He tells detectives that Shakira is not his girlfriend, but just someone he hooks up with. So basically, it's the fat girl syndrome. So when
No,
he
that's just a nigga syndrome. They be like, that ain't my girl. I just
that is
be
true. We do that real quick. Like, no, she cool people and everything. That's it. He
that's
didn't
my homegirl from round the way.
exactly. No. She the fat bitch from up the street. That's who she is. So he also tells them that she is bipolar. Now, this is according to a Fatal Attraction episode where we got some information on. So she's bipolar and she ugly. So he eventually asked for an attorney and refused to continue speaking. They don't have anything to hold him on, so they gotta let the boy go.
So anywho, I can't with you. I really can't with you.
Sorry.
So Shakira actually she called the police because her mom called her. She was like, "Look, please look for you. Don't bring that drama back around my house. Call them to see what the hell that's going on." So they call her in. They say, "Hey, we need to come talk to you about a murder." She comes in. She tells them, "Look, I ain't had nothing to do with that. I spent the night with that man. It was just a hookup. We met on this app, plenty of fish. He ain't my boyfriend." So she names another man, that unknown man, as her boyfriend. She answers a few more questions, but she's let go.
Okay. So let's back up and let's go back to the crime scene. So Officer Matthew Krijic. So we're gonna just say Officer Matthew, right? He got a very difficult name. He responded to the 911 call. He entered the house with the fire department. There were no signs of forced entry at any of the doors or the windows or the home or garage. Misha unfortunately had 4 gunshot wounds to his head, shoulder, scalp, and the right side of his chest. They also found a fake fingernail, broken pieces of glass from a cell phone or maybe even a computer, a cigarette butt, and a 40 caliber cartridge were found in the basement near the body, and some wine glasses, plastic cups, and a beer bottle was also found. So they're down there. They're down there stinking and drinking.
And he ain't clean up
Wine.
nothing either.
Yeah, I mean, he in the
Cause
basement, man.
she came over on the 15th. I mean, he ain't cleaned up nothing, just left it sitting there.
I mean, he did get killed. Just want to throw that out there in case you didn't know. So
I mean, but
Leslie,
this was 2 days later that he got killed. Why was you letting that stuff sit there for
I
two
mean,
days?
but you say he a gamer, so he could possibly been on there drinking and stinking himself. I get what you're
Mhm.
saying. The nigga he's a homebody in the basement. It's most likely he was into cleaning, but again, that I don't know. So Leslie, Jacqueline's 2009, and remember Jacqueline is me shot mom. Gold Honda Accord was also missing. Police immediately put out a bolo. Be on the lookout for the car. Also missing from the house were 2 cell phones, 2 guns, and a computer. So
He
she done
said
killed this nigga and robbed his ass for all this
and
shit.
he said he might be a gamer, but he stay strapped though. He ain't playing with y'all out here.
Well, obviously, the nigga wasn't strapped at this time.
Well, why would he be? I mean, he was at
Man,
home.
shit. Look. I
So
don't
let's
trust
go.
nobody.
I sure don't. Not around these parts. So anyway, let's go through what actually happened from what we know. So about a week before the murder, and I'm gonna give you a disclaimer. It's a whole lot of names and a whole lot of people, and it's a whole lot of mess. So just try and keep up.
Hey, we should play the Jeopardy music while you're doing this part. All right, go ahead.
So, about a week before the murder, Shakira meets a man named Dantes Pace on Plenty of Fish. So they met up about 5 times. They sometimes met at a hotel, sometimes they met at his house. He lived on Grayton Road in Cleveland Heights. Grayton Avenue, sorry, Grayton Road on the west side, Grayton Avenue in Cleveland Heights. So then Dantes meets Samantha Page on Plenty of Fish. So we got Shakira, she meets Dantes. So then Dantes comes and meets Samantha. Okay, clear, clear. Okay, gotcha. So then Dantes and Samantha make plans to meet up in person the very next day. But at the time that Dantes is making plans with Samantha, Shakira's right there. So she even hops on the phone to talk to Samantha. So what Samantha ends up saying was she was happy Shakira was going to be there during the meetup because having another woman there would make her more comfortable. But you going to a random man house, I don't know how you feel comfortable. You don't know that chick from a campaign. How you know she ain't going to set you up to be cute? You don't know what you walking into. But I digress. Ain't none of my business. We don't keep going.
Go ahead.
So on December 16th of 2018, Shakira and Dantes meet up at a motel and they took a Uber to Dantes' house. Red flag nigga ain't got no car. See, should have been done right there. But I guess that's the quality caliber of man she likes. So later, Samantha comes to the house and she meets Dantes in person. Okay, so everybody's at the house. Shakira, Dantes, and Samantha, all at the house now. One place. So Shakira, Dantes, and Samantha, they start drinking and doing drugs. At this point, there's no specification on what type of drugs they were doing. But again, here comes more characters into the case.
Ugh.
Right. Dantes has a roommate named Jerome Matthews. Okay. So we got Jerome.
All
So
right,
at
Jerome.
some point during the evening, a threesome pops off between Shakira, Samantha, and Dantes.
Stop right
So
there. See that shit right there. Stop, cut. Wait till y'all see this picture of her. Like, that just let you know how thirsty some of these niggas is, man. Know what I'm saying? Because
she looked like she bite the back of people's kneecaps.
bitch, she's like her big ass like, know what I'm saying? You and her is the threesome in itself right there. You know what I'm saying? I just I digress.
Yeah, we gonna have to post pictures because this mm, it's so much to say. So anyway, they have started having a threesome. So at some point, Dantes and Shakira get into an argument. Shakira, fuck this. She gets up and she like, I'm out. So for some reason, Samantha like, hey girl, don't leave me behind. Can I come with you too? So she says, Shakira told her, quote, you don't want to go with me to do this, end quote, whatever that means. And Shakira calls Meshach for a ride, and she out. She leaves.
So listen, that's crazy because so she just got her bat blew out in a threesome, which I guarantee you that shit was probably something that nobody wanted to watch or then horrible. And you call another nigga. You see how, know what I'm saying? How like STDs get now. Granted, I don't know if she had one, but you see how she gets
Okay, so
spread.
let me back up a little bit. So we talked about. Let me just insert this in very quickly about
Insert.
STDs in Cleveland. So I
Mm,
used to work at Planned Parenthood back in the day or whatever. So we used to
yep.
do free STD testing on anyone under the age of 29. I will never forget. There was one day where it was the results would come at the end of the day across the fax machine. I swear my hand, guy, it was about 15 to 20 different positive. I was like, is everybody in Cleveland sleeping with each other? It's dangerous out here, and this was back
Yes.
in the day. Like this
Niggas
was like
is yes.
2011, 2012,
This
and I'm
works
like,
now. Yes, look, niggas and females is nasty as hell, man. Because I
don't
mean,
know.
I'm
I'm
just
like,
saying, I don't.
I mean, I know they little, but we had a whole thing of condoms just sitting there. Like, you can even get a prescription for condoms. Like, I mean, just use them, use
I
them.
mean, I know, I got you. I'm just throwing this. Niggas is nasty, nasty. Yes, nasty Nate and them. So the evening before picking up Shakar, Meshach was working his shift at Avis Rental Car. I
Minding
think
his
it
black
was
owned business.
yeah, man his own black owned business. He would work till about 11 p.m. That's when he picked up Shakar from Cleveland Heights. So he drove all the way from the airport to Cleveland Heights for some ugly ass.
Well, okay, so let's talk about the distance between the airport and Cleveland Heights. So,
In case you
air,
don't know.
huh? Yeah, in
No,
case you
yeah, in
don't know.
case you. So I'm
So,
assuming. Well, I'm sorry.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, no, tell me what route you think they took.
If he was smart, if he was at the airport, he took 71. Well, shoot, I don't know because remember this is 2018, so they didn't have Opportunity Corridor yet. It was because
No,
there's no
no.
freeway access at all to Cleveland Heights.
He
Like it's a
probably to
middle
take,
of the
yeah,
city. There's no
71.
freeway access.
He probably took 71 to get off at 90 East. He got off at Eddy Road.
Oh, and
He
then came all the way
Yeah,
up
came
through
all the
East
way up to
Cleveland.
Eddy Road to Euclid, made a left, and then made a right on Noble, which is, Noble is actually, Noble turns to what is it? Noble turns
Noble
to
turns to Warrensville.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and
Regardless, we
that probably took him a hot 35 minutes too.
yes, man, you did all that for that, man. Hell no, man. That's why I said this dude be man, that ugly ass. I don't give a shit what she had to offer. I'm not doing out driving all the way out there to pick your ugly. But anyway, I digress. He picked her up. They did that long ass drive. So this is where the murder goes down. As Meshach is walking
Wait, back
down.
up. You missed something. You missed something. You forgot he took her back to the house
Oh
in
my bad. Yeah, yeah,
Garfield
yeah.
Heights.
He drove back to the house in Garfield Heights.
Which
So
again, there's
damn,
no freeway access in Cleveland Heights, so he had to
damn.
come all the way across Warrensville back to unless he got on the freeway at went up and got on that 271 on Beachwood, but that's going out the way to come back that way. So
Yeah, to
that's
go to
another
Cleveland
20
Heights because you
minutes.
will have to get off at Beechwood, go all the way down Cedar Road. Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
so yeah, you may as well just go
He had
straight to
driving his mama
Warrensville.
little Honda.
He sure was like that was over an hour trying just to go pick her up just to get some. It couldn't have been that good.
Yeah, it ain't even that serious to me. So he had to go. So again, he went from the airport to Cleveland Heights and then back to Garfield Heights. Now, this is where the murder goes down. As Meshach is walking down the stairs, and remember, this is in Garfield Heights, Shakira aims the gun and shoots Meshach in the back of the head. She snatches up some guns, phones, computers, etc., and also takes the Honda Accord.
Okay, so let
It's
me
not.
stop it for just a second. Sorry.
Yes, yes, yes. Go ahead.
So how these because almost I swear all these houses look the same. The side if you come in the side door, immediately you're going down the stairs into the basement. And then to your right is usually like 3 stairs and it's your kitchen. So basically they walk right into the house. She ain't get a nigga no chance. They was going down the stairs, she popped his ass.
Yeah, that's crazy. I would love to contact that bro. I tried to, but you told me you didn't want me to. I just want to throw that out there because I was gonna try to ask her. What the fuck?
That
Like,
first
why
of all,
did you
that
even
bitch
do
look
that?
crazy as hell. She might
Yeah,
bite you
but
to the phone.
yeah, but
I ain't want to talk to her because this case aggravated me.
no,
I
I
ain't
get
want to
it.
talk
I
to
get
her.
it. See, and you was aggravated with me. Anyway, so now after midnight, so this is after midnight, it's very early in the morning. This is on the 17th of December. Shakira then go back to Dante's house. She had a bottle of Tito's and a jar of weed, a gaming system, and another friend of Dante's, Chris Hubbard, was also at the house when Shakira came back and he said she tried to sell him the items. So another name in it. Go ahead.
Hmm. So again, we're gonna go back to the investigation. So sorry we're jumping all over the place, but this is really the best way to say it to tell this story because it's just a mess. So back to the investigation. Police have subpoenaed phone records and got a search warrant for the cell phone tower records. And on Shakira's and Meshach's phone, they noticed where Shakira first refers to Meshach as her boyfriend to him, of course, because she messed with several niggas. She had also sent Meshach texts with Dante's address on the night of the murder, saying that she was waiting on him to pick her up. They also noticed that she made several phone calls to Meshach, and the last two calls were at 11:07 p.m. and 11:43 p.m. She was probably bugging that nigga while he was at work. So after the calls to Meshach phone, Shakira then makes several very short calls to Dantes and Jerome. Jerome is Dantes' roommate in the early mornings of December 17th. So next, detectives get information. It was seen on a surveillance camera that the missing 2009 Honda Accord had been located on Willowhurst Road in Cleveland. So police go check out the car, make sure it's the right car. It's the right car. They turn it into police custody for processing. So what they found in the car, they found an unfired 9 millimeter Luger bullet, and there was a laptop in the trunk. And in the back seat was a broken computer screen and a USB cord. They did find some fingerprints on the computer monitor, but they came back inconclusive eventually. And they also, canvassed the neighborhood, were asking people about their ring cameras or their doorbell cameras. They found someone gave them some footage near where the car was found, and it did show a man who parked the car around 10:30 p.m. on December 17th, and this man walks down the street towards Euclid Avenue. And then they found another surveillance footage from a convenience store, and they also found this at a motel, and they watched the man walk to the hotel and enter the room. So then on the next day, the 18th of December, a credit card that belonged to Meshach was found near the corner of Monticello Boulevard and Cleveland Heights Boulevard. So they just sprinkling his stuff all over Cleveland Heights,
Exactly.
basically.
So police bring the unnamed man, we ain't got his name, we tried to get it, back into the station for another interview, wondering if maybe he is the man on the surveillance tape. They had a similar physical build and look, and he's still not budging. He isn't talking without an attorney, which is smart. I mean, let's be honest. I'm
Yeah, that's
I'm I'm with
smart.
that. Yeah.
Hmm.
So they really started pressing him, and they let him know they had surveillance footage of him getting out of a 2009 Honda Accord that Shakira had stolen. He said, "If there's a video, it ain't me. Look, straight up, nigga ain't me, dog. It
He
ain't
said
me."
like he was like how Chappelle was on that one
Oh
episode where he
yeah, I
was like,
plead the fifth.
he was like, "This is you on the video, sir." He was like, "That ain't me." He's like, "Sir, we have you standing here peeing on this girl." Nope, that ain't.
No, they
Mm-mm.
me exactly. Hey, plead the fifth. He claims we was across the street at work during. He claimed he is across the street at work during the time of the murder. The police do call his supervisor and find out he was indeed at work during the time of the murder. So the
That
police
ain't
also
him.
called Dantes for an interview. Right, so they calling everybody after seeing his name and phone number on the phone records, and he reiterated that when when what was already known about Shakira and Samantha coming over and they were partying, drinking, and doing drugs. He gives a bit more insight as to why Shakira got angry and left. They all had taken ecstasy, and unfortunately, it rendered Dantes unable to perform. He couldn't. He
His
couldn't get
dick
it.
could get hard.
His dick
Just
hard.
say.
I'm so sorry. I was. This is so funny. Oh shoot! I don't know how. Oh wow. Okay, so he wasn't able to get it. That is so embarrassing, man. You like, did don't feel me now. I gotta turn this woman now, and then oh shit. Is she ugly too? Oh damn.
But I
So
thought
she got
ecstasy
mad
was
and left.
supposed to like make you like hypersexual or something.
I guess it do. So did that ever happen to you before? Did a
I've never taken
situation?
ecstasy before, so I
I
don't
didn't
know.
say you taking ecstasy. I'm saying has it ever happened with did you and a dude were about to do something and the thing it wasn't working?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Did you get up and did you leave? Or did you
I just rolled my ass over and went to sleep because I didn't want to be bothered no way.
Oh, hell no. That is man, oh, that shit is
I was like,
embarrassing as
oh, good
hell,
shit. I
man.
was like, all right.
That shit, I ain't gonna lie, it happened to me one day, and I like, man, you know what? Look, I ain't even on it, man. I don't want you thinking that's all I want from you. You know what I'm saying? Let's just sit here and snuggle. Okay, all right, my bad. This is we gonna get canceled. He lets them know that she did come back later that evening with Tito's. And she left a while later with Jerome, his roommate. She said, "Nigga, if you can't fuck me, he gonna do it." So by this time, the police have received a record from the motel confirming the identity of the man that checked into the hotel room with Shakar, and that was Jerome Matthews.
So
So you
first of all,
go
you
ahead.
keep calling her Shakar. Her name is Shakira.
Man, fuck her, man. Look, it's Shakar, Shakira. I still tripping. That
Furthermore,
oh
this
shit.
bitch is something else. So let's just discuss. Like, let's just do a quick recap. So you got an unnamed nigga over here that your mama think is your boyfriend. Two,
Right,
you got me shot thinking he your nigga. You fucking a
right.
nigga Dantes that you
And
met
he
too.
can't even get hard. After
Well, we
taking
know that they
a
met up before, so maybe this was a one-time situation. Maybe he couldn't perform because it was two bitches in there and it was just too much for him. So I don't know. Maybe he was intimidated. He couldn't perform. Leave the man alone. Let him breathe for this
nah,
one.
I bet you when she took them draws off, you was like, oh hell no.
No, because he said he met up with her several times before, so maybe it wasn't her. Maybe it was the other chick. Maybe
No,
he
it
was
was
intimidated because he felt like he wasn't gonna be able to keep up. Like, it was a mental thing. Who knows? But we gonna let the man breathe. But anyway, like I was saying, so she got four niggas over here lined up. Let's talk about how this ugly bitch got four niggas lined up. I can't keep one over here
oh Lord,
more than
I
two
knew
people.
I knew that it's gonna come to that. I knew that it was gonna come to that. Oh my
It
god.
was.
Okay.
I'm serious. I was trying to figure out. Like, I don't get it. She got hella niggas. I got nothing.
I mean, but them niggas ain't got cars though. I mean, is that what you
I mean,
want?
yeah, no, no, I chalked that
Exactly.
one ain't had
Look
no
at the
car
caliber
yet.
of niggas that they got. Look at the caliber of niggas that they got. Like,
Okay,
all right,
what if
go
I
ahead.
just wanted to have some hoes? I mean, I don't even got no hoes.
I mean, but that's what look, you. But that's the thing too. You know, you can have some hoes, but the
Yeah,
hoes
I don't
that
know.
you
My
be
patience
running
is
into,
bad.
they're not even good caliber hoes. They don't benefit you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, anybody could, you know what I'm saying, get laid dick, but like these, like the dudes, I'll be like, come on, man. I be having to tell like, just don't even reply. Don't. All right, look, we getting off the subject. Girl, go ahead, go ahead. Jerome and Brock, go ahead.
So they bring Jerome in. They like, all right, sir, let's go ahead and do this. So we know Jerome is Dante's roommate, and they sharing pussy at this point. So Jerome said he gonna tell his side of the story. So he said that when she came back that second time with her bottle of Tito's,
Hmm.
her, Chris, and they started drinking and they started smoking some weed. Oh, because if I didn't, we didn't mention it, I can't remember. But she stole some weed from his
Yeah,
house
you said
too.
it was a jar of weed. You said it.
Oh,
She
okay,
came
okay,
back
I
with a
can't
jar
remember
of
if
weed.
it
Yeah.
was okay. So yeah, so they start smoking up this poor man's weed, and Shakira and Jerome ends up leaving together to go buy some more drugs and get a motel room.
So she
These
just
niggas, these
it's
niggas,
the
and not
preacher.
having
Look, it's the preacher daughter. She is taking dick all day long. She like, damn,
like
motel, hotel, Holiday Inn.
no, she ain't
If
hotel
your friend
material.
dick
She is
can't come
motel
up,
material.
get your other friend. She said.
Oh yeah, she was like, what was that Chingy and Snoop Dogg at the Holiday Inn? Yeah, this is exactly
Yes.
what she's doing. Yes, absolutely. So this is aggravating me. So Shakira and Jerome end up leaving together to buy drugs. Jerome's drug dealer drops them off at a motel. Why you keep fucking with niggas who ain't got no car?
Look at her.
Okay, but you can at least pull a nigga with a car.
I
Just
get it. I get it.
so they go. So the drug dealer drops him off at the motel on Euclid Ave. It was probably one of them nasty motels that just looked like it got bed bugs. It ain't got no
I mean, it's the only hotel on Euclid
multi-piece
Ave is the
floor.
it's the Noble. It's the Noble Motel. That's the only one on Euclid. And that's, I mean, that shit is horrible. Yeah. So that's
That's
those
where
them
prostitutes hang
hotels.
out, ain't it?
Yes, that's a hotel that you can purchase per hour. Yes. So that again, that's the type of
Man, it's
caliber of niggas
probably
that she
bed
fucking with.
bugs all in there. That shit give me the heebie-jeebies just by
Man, that bitch look like a
imagining
bed bug.
it. Sure good. So anyway, they were in the room. So later that morning, because at this time it's after midnight, so we're to the next morning.
Okay.
Jerome takes the car keys from Shakira. He walks home from the hotel to buy more drugs. So I guess they were selling drugs at the house too. I don't know. This is just a lot. So he buys coke and then he starts doing cocaine with Chris, the dude that was there the night before. Then Jerome comes back and gets the car was not, we'll say the car, Jacqueline's car, this poor deceased man's mama's car, and hops in. He notices some broken computer and some wires in the back seat. He like, oh, bitch must have robbed somebody the night before and gone about his business. We'll go back to the hotel. Red flag. So he says when he gets there, Shakira's on the phone with her mom, and this is likely the conversation that her mom was having with her about the police at coming to her house. So Jerome says that Shakira had multiple cell phones in the room, and she was like, "Hey, here, you need to use a phone. Here go a phone. Use this phone." So he says when he left the motel, he took the cell phones and that jar. He took another jar of weed from Shakira, and he takes the cell phones to Walmart to sell for cash. And he said this was really the last encounter that he had with Shakira. He was charged with receiving stolen property in a separate case, but he did claim to know nothing about the murder. But he did admit, like I said, to the phones and turning them in at Walmart and driving a stolen car. So that's that.
So yeah, so he got charged for that. Okay.
Hmm.
So DNA forensics found evidence that connected the wine glass, the beer bottle that was found in the basement, and the fingernails that were found in the driveway came as a match for M's for Shakira Graham. So yeah, that was it. They sunk her. So DNA test, found out that it was her. Testing on the cartridge cases and bullet fragments left on the scene came back that they all was from the 40 caliber gun. So Garfield Heights Police commissioned the U.S. Marshals to track down Shakira because now she is definitely a suspect. To arrest her. She was apprehended on February 14th, Valentine's Day, on Fairmont Boulevard in Shaker Heights. So she probably was either coming from her mama's house or trying to go to her mom's house.
Hmm.
She was charged with aggravated murder, aggravated burglary, burglary. aggravated robbery, grand theft, and receiving stolen property. Her bail was set at $3 million.
They
So
were
of
playing
course
with
she
her ass.
oh yeah. Shakira pled not guilty and sat down until her trial date of February 19th, 2020.
Right before the world shut down. Those glorious
Exactly.
few weeks before light when life was still normal.
Exactly.
So at the trial, the state shows 141 photos of the crime scene. The autopsy report was read by the medical examiner, David Dolinik. He testified to the wounds in Meshach's scalp, head, shoulder, and right side of his chest. He said the wound to the head, the bullet traveled from the back of his head, because remember, he was shot from the back. It traveled from the back to the front in a downward angle from the left side to the right side. So it like ricocheted in his skull and fractured it. It then traveled through his brainstem, cerebellum, carotid artery, and the left side before coming out of the skin near his jaw. My God. And that happens in seconds, but that sounds so painful. So then this injury rendered him unconscious instantly. So this is the scalp wound was caused by a fragment of a bullet that ricocheted off the basement carpet and into his scalp. The shoulder wound, the bullet went sharply downward from the right shoulder through his chest and collarbone, heart, and multiple arteries, and this caused significant internal bleeding. The chest wound bullet entered through the right side of his chest and traveled out of the left side of his body near his kidney and spine. So I'm thinking when she shot him, he likely turned to look at her. I don't know. And that's how it
Oh
came
yeah,
in through
probably
his
the
chest.
impact of yeah, that
Yeah.
impact probably turned his body because that's a big
Yeah.
caliber gun too.
Yeah. So there were also several superficial fragmentary projectile injuries that were probably caused by bullet fragments, they said. And they said all of his injuries happened very close in time to each other. So that means she was just popping them off right after another. And they said this, which was based on the absence of gunpowder residue on the body. So the medical examiner said that the gun was fired from at least 3 feet away. And the final result was that he died of multiple gunshot wounds and it was deemed a homicide. It was also found that Meshach had gunshot residue on his right hand, and this probably happened because his body was found holding a live round of ammunition, which I thought was weird. And I
Mm,
also thought it was weird that nobody heard this gunshot because these houses are so freaking close together. It's not even funny. They're separated by a driveway.
yeah,
So
yeah.
if she came, she just came in the house, like that's shoot, my neighbor's side door is right by my bedroom window. So you would think that somebody would have heard these gunshots.
I mean, you're right. I mean, if somebody was home or even paying attention, so the FBI special agent Jacob Knuckle of the Cellular Analysis Survey Team testified that Mishaw's phone was in the Brook Park area near Java Davis around 11 p.m. on the 16th. It traveled to the Grayland Road area and then back to Garfield Heights between 12:14 and 11:56 a.m. When they compared Shakira's phone data, she was also in the grading area between 11:03 and 11:34, and both phones then traveled towards Meshach's house around 12:45 on the 17th. Shakira's defense team did not call any witnesses. They didn't have nobody. The state had Dantes Pace, Jerome Matthews, Chris Hubbard, and Samantha Page, and they all testified against her. So she fucked all them. Like for real.
Yeah, like I mean, that's everybody right? I mean, like who was involved? I mean, not
Yeah,
involved,
and
but
she
there the
yeah.
night of.
So on the 1st of March in 2020, she was found guilty of aggravated murder, but they convicted her of the lesser charge of murder, and she was also found guilty on all other charges, the burglary and the robbery, receiving stolen property. So I'm going to give you a victim impact statement, right? Jacqueline's, which is Meshach's mom, said he was a loving son, a friend who loved his job working for the car rental company. He never forgot a birthday or Christmas or even Mother's Day. My life is filled with sorrow and pain and everlasting yearning for what I can never get back.
And
End
that was
quote.
her only child too. Like
Yeah, I
she
mean
lost her
it was an
only child.
unnecessary killing. Like I don't. This was one of the cases where I really wanted like why like what was it? I mean, some cell phones and some weed?
It
I
wasn't
mean,
worth it. Like, I mean,
And
And
we
he
never
how
gonna
much
find out
he
because yeah, go ahead though.
she
Go ahead.
he probably would have gave her that stuff. Like, I mean, it's some little stuff. Like, I mean, if a man driving over an hour just to come pick you up after he done had a long day at work, I'm sure if you asked him for some weed, I'm sure probably sure he would have
Yeah.
gave it to
But
you.
then
You know what I'm
again,
saying?
she a bipolar. Remember, I
Yeah,
mean, I'm
well,
not
they said she was bipolar
yeah, there's no
again.
justification, but I'm just saying. So, March 4th, Judge William McGinty handed down a sentence of life in prison with the possibility of parole up to 25 years and 18 months on each remaining charge. And of course, each charge will run concurrently. After sentencing Shakar, this is what she
Shakira,
said.
sir.
Shakira, it's Shakira. The bitch is a killer. All right. So I'm going to say after sentencing the killer, this is what she said. She said, I want to give condolence to the Meshach family. I didn't go to trial to get away with murder. I went to trial to fight for my innocence, and I will continue to fight for my innocence.
The bitch sounds slow too. Because
Yeah, I
what you
mean,
mean
yeah,
you didn't go to try to get away with murder? Yes, you did. That's exactly what you did because we know you did it because
yeah. Because if you're innocent, well, yeah, but yeah, that was ignorant. So
and that's why
Shakar,
I'm not sure you're saying, but that's why they probably didn't put her on a stand because they knew she was gonna lie. You're a
oh hell no,
liar and a
yeah. I mean,
killer,
you got no
and you
innocence, no
slow.
witnesses or anything. Yes, you know what I'm saying, and you ugly. So Shakar's father, I mean, just how embarrassing. I'm sorry, I got to go back to this. You know how embarrassing that would be. Ah, damn, man. Did you a dude blowing did dude pop ecstasy? He look at you naked like, nah, bitch, I'm good. I can't.
Moving
I'm
on.
sorry. So her father says he believes his daughter is innocent and he believes someone else committed the murders and hopes that the real killer will be brought to justice one day.
If you
So
could see the look on my face right now,
yeah, because let me tell you, if I find out what church he's a pastor at, I'm gonna go and tell him he could go straight to hell. Know what I'm
you can
saying? Oh,
no,
you
you will
think I
not.
can't? You think I won't? I'll be like, go. You could go straight to hell. Excuse me, Sister Jones. I apologize for cussing and walk right past Sister Jones. I'm not playing. So 316, Shakira appealed her sentence, stating the trial court
Of
erred in
20, remember
permitting
that was 2021, so
21,
went
yeah.
a year, a whole
She
year.
appealed the sentence, stating the trial court erred in permitting all the photos and stated they were extremely gruesome. I mean, you killed the nigga. She did
Can
not have effective counsel and had failed to make several that and the counsel had failed to make several objections. And the conviction did not match the weight of the sentencing. The courts upheld the judgment. She is housed at the Dayton Correctional Facility. Her next parole hearing is scheduled for January of 2049.
damn.
Yep.
That's
That's crazy. And wait till y'all see these pictures. I am so bad. I'm so sorry, man. I don't like to talk about people like that, but I mean, I'm serious. When you see the pictures, you're gonna like, damn. Like, yes, it's
she really like she bite the back of people's kneecaps. Like that's probably what she running around doing in prison. I don't trust the bitch. Like I would not know you can't share a cell with me, bitch. No, you like you might bite me in my sleep.
hell
No,
no,
ma'am.
man. Like it'd be like, yes, I'd be mad as hell if I come, you know what I'm saying? I got a chick and she, hey, look, we gonna have a threesome with my friend and she showed up. I'm like, man, this not no, man, come on. I gave my life to Jesus right when that happened. I'm changing. God, you know what? I come to you as a humble servant, asking for my forgiveness. Because
You's gonna kneel on the side of the bed and start praying?
yes, take me to the king. Because I'm not.
No,
Yes, I'm
no, you
not.
didn't. Okay,
Yes.
so I'm gonna redirect your nutty ass. So let's talk about online dating statistics in the black community. Okay,
Okay.
we're gonna go over to our love lies and alibis session, and we're gonna ignore you because I know
We're gonna
what's.
eventually get a song. And you know what? Real quick, if you made it this far, and if you could think of a theme song that we can put for this segment, let us know. And if we pick your theme song, we will reward you with $50 and a Melanin Mystery T-shirt of the size you choose. Is that all right? Because I
Yes,
know
sir.
you probably sitting there like, nigga, you didn't tell me about this. But
I'm
yeah, I
no,
think
that's cool with me. That is perfectly
yeah,
fine
pick a
with me. Yeah,
theme
because no,
song,
we do
y'all.
need something for that love lies and alibis. Yeah, we
Yeah, it's
do.
like a little quick theme song. All right, go ahead. Hit them with the
Okay,
facts.
okay, so in the black community, because we only speaking about us, so the usage rates of online dating, they say approximately 40% of black adults have used online dating apps or website, which is slightly higher than the overall average across all racial groups in the US. Why? I wonder. I wonder why. Hmm. So
I
they
don't know. I can't answer that.
No, like I really wonder
Oh,
why,
okay. I was
like
like,
why we
yeah.
make up a majority versus other races. Honestly, I didn't think it would be us. I thought it would be the white people, but
Because we be using the app for freak offs. Like we don't really be on them apps looking for long time love. We
oh,
be looking for
you
to be
okay?
like
Okay, so
immediate gratification.
we'll talk about that in a minute. I'll do a dating chronicles episode about that one
Oh
about
yeah,
the
I forgot about that. Go ahead.
yes, because people keep asking me, they're like, oh, put that out. Okay, so I'll really tell the stories. Okay, so then they say, like, as far as relationships, long lasting relationships, they said that Black users report a lower rate of match formation in successful relationships compared to other racial groups. Some studies indicate that Black men and women face more difficulties in finding matches, often due to racial biases on these platforms. Wonder what they mean by racial biases, because when they say racial, I'm in my mind thinking that it is more of a, well, in my mind, I feel like I want a Black man. I don't, and I know like they
Yeah,
said
but
that's very small minded, but
no,
that's
no,
what I
that's not
want.
small minded. That's your preference. But I was always under the impression that when you put in your profile or your like it, it asks you if you like African Americans, white or Mexican or whatever it got. So where would the
I
right
think it
race of bias
depends on
come from?
I think it depends on the website. Like certain, like every dating app doesn't have like the same, qualifications like for matching you with people, I guess. So um pretty much, I guess it's just the app that you use. So here, okay, so here we go about the swirl. So they say interracial relationships. Black users are more likely to engage in interracial relationships through online dating platforms compared to offline dating. However, they also encounter more instances of racial fetishizations and discrimination. And that is my issue right there. Now, I do know, my baby daddy, he got him a white woman. She is very nice. I love her to death, but they met online and they got married. Bless her heart. Um, but I guess it makes more sense because I guess when you've resorted to online dating, I guess you're exhausted. Because I even at one point said, I was like, maybe I should try to swirl because it don't seem to be working with Black men. But I mean, it makes sense. But like they said, the instance of racial fetishization, that is what gets me, because I feel, and this is again my personal opinion, and this is what's in my head. And I know this is something that I really need to let go of. But I feel like when a white man wants a Black woman, it's a fetish. Like we're something exotic to them, because I'm not trying to be funny and I hate to do this, but back in slavery days, like they would sleep with the Black women, you know what I'm saying? Because it was something out of the ordinary, and it was a fetish, and that, like, I don't know, like that freaks me out. That freaks me out, and I can't get that.
You said you don't want no pink meat, huh?
No, I don't. That's another thing that freaks me out, but I wasn't gonna say nothing about that.
You
Okay,
don't want
so
no
they say
pink
the user
meat.
satisfaction, despite the challenges, many Black users find online dating platforms beneficial for expanding their dating pool and finding partners with similar interests and backgrounds, which that would make sense because you put in what you want, you're gonna get, they're gonna pool you with people who you are alike with. So that makes sense. Makes sense. And then let's see, marriages and long-term relationships. So they say while data on marriages specifically from online dating within the Black community is limited, the overall trend suggests that online dating is becoming an increasingly common way for Black singles to meet potential long-term partners.
Mm.
So I don't know, because all of my, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try online dating. It has been a horrible flop. So
I mean, again, I think most people won't be on there. They be just trying to for jump offs and look. I think any nigga, and again, this is my personal opinion. I think any nigga on there is weird as hell. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can't just have a conversation with a female out, it's no way. I mean, shit, Facebook itself is enough for you to be able to get some ass. No, and I'm just being
no,
honest
it's
with you.
not, because I can't stand when no nigga pop in my
Hey, but
inbox. First of
you gotta
all,
know how to do it though, man. You
no,
gotta
I
be
have an issue with
yes.
that. If I accept your friend request, that means come your ass in, sit the fuck down, and shut the fuck up. Do not hop in my inbox. I don't give a damn what you gotta say. I'm not interested. Cause that one time that man hopped in my Facebook in my DM, and I was like, okay, don't be mean today. Let's be nice. And he was just like, I mean, he was so nice, and he was just like, he said, I don't even remember how old he was, but anyway, he was just like, I've just been single for a while. And he's like, I just came across your profile. He's like, you seem like you're a nice young lady. He's like, I see you have kids. And he's like, I'm just really an introvert. I don't really get out much, but I'm just looking for something long term. But like, he gave me this whole spiel. I mean, he sounded like kind of nice, so I kind of engaged for a few minutes. But then the shit went to hell when I said, "Hey, do you have a passport?" Oh, that man let my ass have it
Exactly.
about.
So look, I'm about to let all the men know if you want to get with Tiffany, when you get in her inbox, the first thing you got to do is say, "Hey, do you like Mexican food?" There you go. That's it. There you go. She like,
Because Lord
well,
knows if we get kidnapped behind somebody trying to feed
yes,
me.
yes, that's all it is. It's food. You gotta come with food. Don't come with the to try to be slick with the hey, so you know what I'm saying, girl, you must be tired because you've been running through my mind. No, nigga, you gotta get straight to the food, man. Get to the yams. Hey, what's
Don't
up?
call me out like that. But
No, I'm
anyway,
saying,
let me
yeah.
finish my story about this man in my inbox.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You
So the
got
man in
cussed
my
out. Go ahead.
inbox, so it was crazy because like he like went off on me and he was like, "You need to be worried about somebody trying to take care of you and your kids while you worry about a man who got a passport." My kids don't need to be taken care of. I got that. I just want somebody to travel with me. But also, I just stopped talking. So it was so funny because I was in a group chat with my girls and we were talking, and I was telling them about this man. My one girl was like, "Wait a minute, send me his name. Send me his profile picture." She looked. She like, sis. She like, no, Why she had this man literally copy and pasted everything that he sent me to her. So I know I wasn't the
Damn,
only
niggas
one. He
ain't even
probably sent
creative
that to
no
like
more. God
20
damn,
bitches.
they ain't even creative no more. It's like, hey, how you doing? Insert name here. Just
He
oh
probably
my
went on
goodness.
Chat GPT and got him a whole spiel and just
God
plugged in
damn.
some stuff and sent it to 5011 bitches. Trying to tell you, that's exactly what the nigga did. But anyway, let me go back to my one dating chronicle story about online dating. So I was scrolling late nights because I'd be up bored, and I was scrolling. I happened to stumble into Facebook dating. Didn't know it existed. Didn't know about none of that. Stumbled on the Facebook dating or whatever, and built a profile and all this. And I ain't gonna hold you. Everybody on Facebook dating is a freaking weirdo. All of them. Every single one. Every single one. I think I'd like chatted with at least 10 of them, all of them. But this one, I think that if I had continued to talk to him, I would have ended up on one of these. You would have been covering this episode without me because that man be
Damn
into it.
shame what they did to Tiffany.
So mind you, okay, we started talking on November 20th. Okay, this was 2023. So it was, just general conversation. Hey, how you doing? Good morning, all that. We kind of got to know each other. He was telling me he just moved here actually from Columbus. And he asked me to call. So, we chatted on the phone for a little bit and I found out he had just moved up here from Columbus. He had two grown daughters. I'm like, okay, cool. You seem to be cool. And he's like, well, red flag. I'm living with my friend, his wife and their kid. How old are you? In your mid 40s? You couldn't just move and get you a place? He's like, yeah, but I'm looking for my own place. So I'm already skeptical. Like, I don't know about this one. So I couldn't tell from his pictures, but then he sent me a standing up picture, so I noticed the nigga is short. So I'm like, okay, he a little on the short side, but I'm not gonna hold you to that, even though I can't deal with no man shorter than me. But I don't wear heels no way, so it's okay. So mind you, this is a week of Thanksgiving. So we talked all that week. He worked two jobs, but he would make time to call. He was very, engaged and everything. So I mentioned to him that I was driving to Columbus, to come down there to see you and stuff for Thanksgiving.
Hey, hey, hey. Everybody don't gotta look at you to put my business out there no more. People probably I told niggas I live in Africa. God damn.
Nigga, you already told the people
Oh
that
yeah,
you
that's
had an
right. My bad.
experience where you could get yours.
Yeah.
So we
Okay, my
gonna
bad. Okay, go ahead and
let me
proceed.
talk.
My bad.
So
Proceed.
anyway, I told him I was coming down to Columbus, so he had mentioned anything about it. So literally the night before, he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm on my way to Columbus to go visit my mom." I was like, "Oh okay, that's nice." I knew I had no plans to meet up with him or anything. I wasn't about to lie to that man. So he was that night that we talked, he was very agitated because I guess he got agitated with somebody at work. He was like a call center rep or something. And he was so agitated about the guy that he worked with. And he was like, he need to just take his panties off. And I was like, what? Like he was going in on this dude. He was like, because and that was one thing that kept aggravating me about him. He was saying, I'm an alpha male. Instead of you have to keep saying you're an alpha male, you're likely not an alpha male. And I really think you have the Napoleon syndrome because you're so short. So after that, I kind of was just like, he was going off so bad about this man who, in my opinion, sounded like he was doing his job. But what do I know? So I'm like, okay, yeah, it's time to just go ahead and cut this off. So he had hit me up after I had got down to Columbus. He called me. I think it was we were in a game of Uno with the kids. And Tristan was whooping everybody ass and talking shit. And I think I hit the, hey, I'm in the middle of something, I'll hit you up later. So I think he like responded back like, oh, okay, no problem. So what happened? Did we get drunk? We was all drunk that night. When we, I don't know, we was doing something.
I
But
don't have no idea that you're talking about due to the situation. Now, I am on probation at this time, and with my probation doesn't allow me to drink or do any type of legal drugs. But yes, we were drunk.
so anyway, the nigga texted me happy Thanksgiving and everything. And I was like, I hit him back. And I was just like, yeah, I'll hit you back later. So apparently I never hit the nigga back. I forgot. I wasn't thinking about no nigga. I'm having a time. So the very next day, like I had already kind of decided I was just kind of done with the situation because he was a little too weird for my taste. So I felt threatened because he texted me the next day and he was like, "You didn't call me back. Not good at all. No, sir, you're a serial killer. I don't trust it. What? I didn't call you back. Like, I mean, he was very upset with the fact that I didn't call him back. I don't have to call you back. I'm busy. But it was just like, yeah, I felt like he was a serial killer, and I really felt like he moved up to Cleveland from Columbus. He had probably killed somebody because he said he hadn't been in a relationship for a really long time. So I really think that he had killed somebody. And he was trying to get away from it. So that's why he moved up here and didn't have his own address because if you ain't got no address, they can't track you down, right? Right. That nigga was a serial killer. Long story
Yeah,
short,
jeez, you gotta stop listening to these mysteries. So, with that being said, with that being said,
I
let's
might
go
just
ahead and
save
bring
my
this.
own life. You don't even know.
Let's bring it to an end. I want to thank everybody for listening and look, big ups because our streams are going up. So I want to thank everybody who's referring us, to everybody that's listening, that everybody that's liking our posts. We yeah, we definitely thank you guys so much. And Tiffany, you gotta do the rest.
Yes. So, one, don't forget to tell your friends, tell your family, tell your mama, tell your sisters, tell your sister, baby daddy, tell everybody to come and give us a listen and engage with us on social media.
Hmm.
On Instagram, we are Melanin Mysteries Pod. On same thing on TikTok, and we are Melanin Mysteries Podcast on Facebook. Please don't cancel us because my best friend is crazy. I'm working on him. I'm gonna tell his wife, but I be trying with him, so that's all I can say. But we just want you to know that love should not come with a life sentence. So
Mm-mm.
choose freedom and not felony.
Over felonies. Yes. So we thank everybody. God bless. We'll catch you on the next one because again, it's a lot of niggas out there killing folks. So we'll catch you on the next one.